My dear students, today we are going to learn a poem, The Poplar Field, written by William Cowper. William Cowper was an English poet and hymnodist who lived in between 1731 to 1800. He was a romantic poet and he wrote so many romantic poetries in his life. In this poem, he talks about the nature and the jungle that is being destroyed by the human being. He returns from the town to his village and he looks that people are destroying the trees which once used to be. Here, on the first stanza, he says, "The poplars are felled, farewell to the shade and the whispering sound of the cool colonnade. The winds play no longer and sing in the leaves, nor ooze on his bosom their image receives." This poet, Cowper, becomes very sad looking all the poplars which have been cut down and felled there on the bank of Ouse River. He sees that now there is no cold shade where he used to sit before some years. He finds now the air is not playing on the leaves of those very poplar trees. And the images of those very poplars which were seen in the river Ouse is not more there. The poet becomes very much sad. He finds no beauty which once he could get there on the bank of the river. There was a big garden of the poplar trees. All the poplars have been cut down by the human beings. And the cold air and the sound of those very hairs through the leaves is not there. All the images which that Ouse River used to get on the bosoms is not more there. He becomes very sad. Such beauties which could please the passerby, which could enjoy anyone, is not more there. He says in the next stanza, 12 years have elapsed since I last took a view of my favorite field and the bank where they grew. And now in the grass, behold, they are laid, and the tree is my seat that once lent me a shade. Very sad. The poet becomes very sad. He is sitting on a log of that very poplar tree and is thinking that it has been 12 years that I have returned to my village. Before 12 years, I look, all those poplar trees were here around the bank of this Ouse River, but they all have been cut down today. He loved that very garden of the poplars there. That garden was very favorite to that poet, but today all those very trees which was loved by the poet have been caught by the present human beings is giving sadistic feelings to him. He thinks that these people don't know what they are doing. He thinks that all those very trees which was favorite to him are laid there on the ground and he is sitting on a log of it. He says that these very trees once used to give me shade, and I used to sit under the cold shade of those very poplar trees. And today, I am sitting on a log of it. He is very sad. In the third stanza, he says, the blackbird has fled to another retreat where the hazels afford him a screen from the heat, and the scene where his melody charmed me before resounds with his sweet flowing ditty no more. He finds no blackbirds now there because all the poplar trees have been cut down. They are fallen there on the ground. So all the blackbirds which used to sit on the branches of those very poplar trees have fled to another jungle where the branches and leaves could give them shelter from the heat and could provide them food. All the birds have fled away. He finds no sounds of those very birds around him there today, and says that the sounds which I used to get in my favorite poplar garden is not now. Those very beautiful sounds of the birds is not here. Those very sounds which could charm me before, which could enjoyed me before, is not here. In this stanza, the poet gives us the message that if we finish a tree, if we cut down a tree, so we are destroying the nature in different ways. The tree is not only a single element of that very beauty of the nature. There lives so many lives on the tree from which human being can be enjoyed, can have the pleasure. But just by cutting down one tree, all the source of the pleasure is finished. Just by getting no sounds of the birds, the sounds of the birds can please the human beings. And today, he is not getting that very sound, that melodious sounds. In the fourth stanza, he thinks and says, my fugitive years are all hasting away, and I must ere long lie as lowly as they, with a turf on my breast and a stone at my head, ere another such grove shall arise in its stead. This poet says, my futile years of my life is passing very fast. And just like these very poplar trees, as they are lying today on the ground, one day I will also be dead, and I will also be lying down like this very log of the poplar trees on this ground. My dead body will be either burnt here or buried here on this very ground. But he is very positive towards the woods. He is very positive towards the jungle. He is very positive towards another poplar garden to be grown there on his dead body. He says, with a turf on my breast and a stone at my head. He says that his dead body would be lying there on those very stones on the ground, and another jungle, another poplar gardens will grow on his breast. He is very optimistic towards the jungle. He is very optimistic towards the woods, towards the nature. He knows that nature is the life of a human being. Nature is the source of pleasures which the people having different purposes, who are cutting down those very trees, who are finishing those very nature, don't understand that they are finishing their own source of joy, their own source of life. But this poet is very optimistic towards another jungle to be grown there on the bank of Uj river. This message is not only for his own village, but this message is for all the human beings around whole of the world. He talks that around the world we are cutting down the trees which is the main source of so many pleasures. The trees, the jungles are the life. We get life from that very jungle. Those very jungles should be replanted. Though we are cutting down the trees for our different purposes, but we should think to replant them. We should think to replant them. At the last stanza, he says that he is a sight to engage me, if anything can, to muse on the perishing pleasure of man. Though his life be a dream, his enjoyments I see have been less durable even than he. Thus, this poet is surprising to see the short-lived life of human beings. He thinks that the people on the face of earth has a very short period of life. And he says the pleasures which he get, the pleasures that those very human beings are getting are even shorter than his life. He says that I am surprised. The poet says, I am surprised to see this, that the pleasures which the human beings are getting even shorter than his life, but they are becoming the source of destroying the main source of pleasure, which is nature. He wants people to preserve this nature. He wants people to save this nature. Just by saving this nature, we can save the pleasure and life of human beings on this face of earth. This the poet says in this very poem. My dear students, you can see the summary here which I have given. Thank you.